Hello and welcome to another Scars of Mirrodin Besieged draft. Let's get things going here. Got a Fangren Maurader, which might just be the pick. There's a Dross Ripper and a Plague Mirror. Plague Mirror is the most flexible, but I kind of would just rather lay claim on green. I know it's awesome, so Plague Mirror does a lot of good things, but Fangren Maurader is just a house. So I'm going to go with Fangren Maurader there. Well, there's a lot of good green in here. Quilled Slagworm, Blight Widow, Rotwolf, Malara's Keepers. But there's also a Dark Steel Plate. This is one of my favorite cards. It's right down my alley. I think it's a lot better than people realize as well. That said, it's really tough to pass Blight Widow and Rotwolf. It's going to be hard to be green when I pass this pack. Can't really do anything about that though. So I'm just going to take the plate. Let's see. I could take the Keepers. I could take an Ichor Wellspring. I could take a Blue Sun Zenith. It's pretty heavy color commitment though. There's also a Serum Raker, a Scourge Servant, but I think I'd rather just take a Rotwolf. It's either the Serum Raker or the Malara's Keepers, I think. Given that I've just been passing Infect, I think I'm just going to take the Keepers here. There's a Gust Skimmer, and a Steel Sabotage. There's a Core Prowler, a Viridian Emissary, and a Master's Call. Do I just take the Core Prowler? It's pretty bad. Steel Sabotage might be better. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just take Steel Sabotage here. Ooh, there's a Juggernaut. Seems good. There's also a Scourge Servant. But I like the Juggernaut a lot, actually. I think it's a pretty good card. Wins games. So we'll go ahead and snag that. That's a pretty late Serum Raker. But there's also just a Tangle Mantis, or a Nested Ghoul, or a Virulent Wound. I don't know. Serum Raker is by far the best card in here. I suppose I could be blue-green. Nested Ghoul's not the worst either, though. I have no 4-drops drops yet. I'm just going to take the Serum Raker. Well, there's Treasure Mage to get a Phyrexian Juggernaut. That seems better than taking a Quilled Slagworm. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and snag that guy. There's a Decimator Web. This is a pretty good win condition. There's also an Ichor Wellspring and Spin Engine, I guess. I'll take the web. And Dross Ripper's fine. And sure, I'll take a Quilled Slagworm. Oculus. Mirrodin Metal. Guess I'll take the blue card just for signals. Signals. Alright, looks like a blue-green deck. Playing Draw Stripper just as a colorless hill giant. And potentially an artifact. Not totally committed to green yet. Kind of open to, you know, any bomb that I might draw. As usual, that's one of the keys in Scars of Mirrodin block. To be flexible enough that you can just go with whatever ridiculous bombs you open. Like, I'm probably gonna go ahead and take a Scrapmelter here. I'm not sure if Cerebral Eruption is amazing or not. There's also a Tumble Magnet and Arrest, but I don't really see any reason not to take a Scrapmelter and probably splash for it, or just go green-red or red-blue. So, there's a Rustic, and then there's a Kemba's Skyguard and a Bladed Pinions. And a Mirror Reservoir. I think it's the Rustic. I just need to continue to stay flexible. Excuse me, my throat's dry. Ooh, like here. There's a Tempered Steel, but there's also a Grasp of Darkness, but there's also a Turn to Slag. I already have the red, so I'm more likely to play this Turn to Slag, I think. There's also a Dark Slick Drake. This is a tough pack. I'm not that set on my blue. I could splash Treasure Mage and Steel Sabotage. Yeah, I think I just take the Turn to Slag. There's a Mirror Propagator. There's also a Heavy Arbalest. I already have the Decimator Web, which eats up mana. I definitely don't want Propagator and the Web, but same sort of goes for Heavy Arbalest. Mirror Propagator does, like, stall the ground, though. It's also foil. I think Heavy Arbalest is just a better card, though. Taking the Heavy Arbalest. And then there's Necrotic Ooze. I guess I should have taken the Grasp of Darkness. It's still by far the best card in the pack, so I'm going to take it. Well, there's a Scrap Diver Serpent, and a Blister Grub, and a Throne of Geth. I think I just take Scrappy. And I'm fine taking a Moriok Reaver, I guess. Probably not playing any of these cards. I could play a Twisted Image. Could also take a Memoricide. That's probably worth a ticket or so. Let's take the Memoricide. And Viridian Revel seems okay. Might as well pick up a Mirror Reservoir. This card can be very good. And Nurok and Visimancer is probably fine. Got a Twisted Image anyway. And a Golem Foundry. I'm excited about the Golem decks with new Phyrexia. I don't know if you guys have seen the spoilers of all the cards that create 3/3 Golems. Makes Precursor Golem a lot worse though. Because you could get blown out. I guess it could make it better. Precursor Golem, a bunch of Golem makers, and an Untamed might just win a game or two. Alright, what's going on here? Well, we got another Scrapmelter, so I could also take the Golem Artisan, but I think Scrapmelter's a little bit better. And there's another Grasp of Darkness, but again, Scrapmelter's a little bit better. And a Turn to Slag, Scrapmelter. Also a Soliton to go with the Arbalest. Maybe we can wheel that. Ooh, and I got a Tangle Angler. I do want the Galvanic Blast, but this guy's amazing. Good with the Decimator Web. Good with Dark Steel Plate. Ooh, a Skinrender. Man, the problem is I can't actually play this card. I mean, I guess I don't have to be green. The amount that this is the best card in the pack is insane, though. I'm just going to take it anyway. There's also an Iron Mirror in there, but I do not like Mirror. I could still play green black. Like, if I hide all this blue. Not that I'm going to do this, I'm just looking at this option. I could play green black, ditch the Turn to Slag, and splash red. Blackcleave Cliffs might be the way to go here. Just to make this mana not completely horrible. That said, if I want to play this, I don't have a lot of playables. I need to like pick up a wall of Tangle Cord. I'm going to take the Cliffs though, because they could be so important. Well, or I just ditch black and I really do play green, blue, splash red, which I have way more card support for. And at that point, I'm going to want the wall. So yeah, I'm just going to take the wall. Coppermere seems good. This deck does want acceleration. I think the other option is the Culling Dais. Yeah, I'm probably not playing the black, it's my guess. Probably playing the blue. Like this. This probably makes way more sense. It's also 23 cards. That makes a big difference. There's Trigon of Infestation, which may not be the worst in this deck. There's also Bonds of Quicksilver. I think Trigon of Infestation is the way to go here, though. It's definitely pretty good in the deck. I could take Barb Battle Gear. I guess it's not the worst. But I'm better off with a Fume Spitter for the black plan. I've just never been impressed with this card. Ooh, there's a Soliton. Lumengrid Drake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. We'll just take the Soliton there. Another Invisimancer. Could also take another Soliton, but I think I'd rather just have another Invisimancer. And then archers for the sideboard. Plated Sea Strider seems good. Take a Withstand Death and another Withstand Death. Alright. Looks like we're not playing the turn to slag and we're doing blue-green splash red for the Scrapmelters. Yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. Alright, Copper Mirror, Wall of Tanglecord, Dark Slick Drake, Heavy Arbalest, Rustic, Decimator Web, Dross Ripper's a maybe. Trigon Infestation's a maybe. Soliton. No, that's coming in. Juggernaut's coming in. 2 Scrapmelters are coming in. Yeah, I think I have to play the blue. 2 Invisimancers, a Serum Raker, a Treasure Mage, a Sea Strider, a Steel Sabotage, maybe an Oculus, maybe a Twisted Image. And then over here we've got maybe a Mirrodin Metal, definitely a Tangle Angler. Wow, I could almost just play black instead of green. It's Tangle Angler, Fangren Maurader, Quilled Slagworm, Malira's Keepers versus Skinrender, Necrotic Ooze, Moriok Reaver, and Fume Spitter. It's actually pretty close. Quilled Slagworm I pretty much can't even play. So what does this look like? See, I'm just like a few cards short of a full deck this way. I guess then I put in the Dross Ripper. Probably Oculus Twisted Image. So there's one build. The other one, probably take out these cards and bring in Malira's Keepers, Fangren Maurader, Tangle Angler, and maybe Mirrodin Metal, and I guess just the Quilled Slagworm anyway, even though it's so hard to pay for. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Another option is to bring in the Scrap Serpent. might be good. Take out the Mirrodin Metal. This card's not going to do a huge amount for me. It's a lot of monsters. Probably going to have trouble paying for the Slagworm. See what the lands look like. 10, 3, 4. Yeah, like that's not even close. Seven, 7, 4. That's 18. I gotta go like that, and then I really can't play this Slagworm. That's too much green. So at that point, I think I'd just bring in the Mirrodin Metal. Could also bring in the Trigon Infestation or the Dross Ripper. Let's see, let's narrow it down here. Or the Turn to Slag and just hope for the best. Not bringing in black for now. Okay. What are my realistic choices? Not the Cold Slagworm, because that's what I cut. Probably not this, just because I don't have that much green anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like I should cut and add an island there. Except we want to make sure to get some alternate art if possible. Okay. And what's it gonna be? Mirrodin Metal is definitely a choice. Withstand Death. I think it's one of these cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts. Mirrodin Metal's just gonna be +2/+2. I think I'm just gonna play the Hill Giant. I don't know, combat trigs are pretty sweet. Yeah, we'll start with the Mirrodin Metal and see how it goes. Yeah, we'll try it like this.